From stand-up to sitcoms, this guy's comic royalty. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Jack Whitehall moments.
So first, it's time for the wine. What would Madame like? A dry Sancerre or a crisp Sauvignon Blanc? It doesn't matter, it's Nando's. They both taste exactly the same.
Before we begin, if you enjoy this video, please subscribe for more great content. For this list, we've gathered the best bits from Jack Whitehall's rich, varied, and very funny career.
Calm down, Mr. Wickers.
You're a ghost. Ghosts can't speak.
Number 10, charity work.
She said, "Do you like kids?" I said, "Surely there's got to be subtler ways of catching sex offenders."
Jack's a regular on the panel show circuit. Here he takes on Mock the Week's Wheel of News. Tasked with tackling charity, he treats us to a trademark rant taking aim at privileged backpackers.
And we found the most wonderful little monastery on the foot of Mount Hitra Pitra Matra Fakatra Atu.
Jack plays the pretentious card to a T before setting up a final flourish with a gap year tale of his own. Only Whitehall's story isn't quite as inspirational as he sets it up to be.
And just playing games with them, football, tennis, and it does genuinely make you feel really good inside, because you always win.
Number 9, Frozen Out. Next to a moment that never really was. Frozen is one of Disney's best-loved films, but did you know that Jack Whitehall's in it? Well, sort of.
Maybe visually Jack might not be very troll-like, but vocally, he's our man.
The comedian was cast as Loki the Troll and was given 2 lines towards the end of the movie. However, his part was cut from the final edit, leaving Jack with a non-speaking role. Disappointed but not defeated, at least it made for a funny story on Graham Norton.
And Frozen called me up. They said, "We're making this film and we'd love you to be a part of it." I was like, "Yep, sign me up. Which princess am I playing?"
Number 8, Fighting Kingsley.
Everyone get out of my house!
A role which launched Whitehall as a sitcom star, Fresh Meat sees Jack play JP, one of 6 students in a uni house in Manchester. And after almost 3 series of going about his business with an unerring sense of entitlement, here's where Jack's character finally cracks.
She's my woman!
Women are possessions!
In the kitchen at a house party, dressed in a Hooters skin-tight top and homemade boobs. As he and Kingsley lay waste to the kitchen, no one is safe and nothing is sacred.
Got the olive oil. It's Tuscan extra virgin. Olive oil!
Number 7, The Perfect Date.
If you're ever taking a girl on a date, there is only one place and one place alone that you can take them. Any takers? Nando's! Correct!
We're live at the Hammersmith Apollo next, where Jack's playing the host, and he closes his opening set by heading to Nando's. For Jack, there's no finer venue for romance, and he's eager to outline why.
Do you like chicken? Good, because it's all chicken.
The entire gag is textbook, Whitehall, energetic, dramatic, enthusiastic, and filled with well-spoken figures of speech. In terms of dating techniques, it's probably a bit full-on, but it makes for a stellar stand-up routine.
Piri piri, my dear, is a blend of aromatic spices bonded together by the tears of Portuguese widows that have lost their husbands at sea. Il hombre ist il morte, and she's mine.
Number 6, Going Welsh.
That's how we're going to win Euro 2016. We'll steal from the Welsh.
Stepping out for Sport Relief 2016, Jack cuts a disappointed football fan on the back of another England loss.
What I'm trying to tell you is that you can't waste all that talent playing for Wales, like Ryan Giggs did, and Robbie Savage. Well, like Ryan Giggs did.
So after harassing Gareth Bale through most of Madrid, he switches loyalties and converts to Cymru. A sketch stacked with Welsh cameos, Jack tours Britain to swat up on national stereotypes. From bare-naked workers to beer on the One Show and a chest-hair chat with Tom Jones, his only problem is how to get rid of Robbie Savage.
Jack, please let me sign it.
Robbie, I don't want your signature.
Oh, please, mate.
No.
Number 5, Sex with Heartburn.
2 continents now you've brought this out.
I think it's, listen, you're about to break big in America.
Best of pals thanks to A League of Their Own, James Corden invited Jack to the Late Late Show in 2015, and the air quickly turned very blue.
Well, yes, you changed. Jack said to me he changed positions so that he could take his heartburn medication
I had a bit of...
and carry on with the sex, right?
Egged on by James, and with Brie Larson and Billy Bob Thornton hanging on his every word, Jack talks us through his attempts to manage heartburn mid-coitus, before a climax to remember.
I did, in a moment of madness, I don't know why I did it, I whipped out and just splashed a little bit of Pepto-Bismol on her back.
Oh, God!
If ever there's an example of Americans bewildered by a British comedian, this is it. Number 4, X-rated on this morning. Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield are prone to the odd innuendo or an occasional explicit turn of events.
This actual seed was sown in your bedroom when you were a young...
Beg your pardon?
I was doing what with seeds in my bedroom.
But even they were at a loss for words when Jack joined them in July of 2017. Phone in hand, Holly informs Jack of a colourful message he'd sent her way, which Whitehall seems to genuinely know nothing about. One big reveal later and Jack's rather red-faced.
Oh!
That's what you sent me. That's what you sent me.
That's not mine.
He hid carbonara in a tissue box during another appearance, but this is another level of awkward. Number 3, Come Dine With Me.
Because if anyone's seen Come Dine With Me, right, that will put you off having a dinner party or even having friends for the rest of your life.
For today's final foray into stand-up comedy, a tasty joke on Channel 4's seminal dinner party show. Jack's in full flow here with wailing arms, wild eyes, and his forever fluctuating vocal tones.
For starter, we had a fruit de la mer platter followed by a rare unicorn steak. Midway through the meal, I needed to go to the toilet to relieve myself. There was no toilet to piss into, so I got to urinate into the mouth of the boy that bullied me at school.
He brings all aspects of his performance training into a 2-minute, hyperbolic deconstruction of everything wrong with Come Dine With Me. It's funny because it's true, but the greatness of this gag is all in the delivery.
It was the most wonderful evening of my life, and that's why I'm giving our host for this evening a 2.
Number 2, Awkward Buzzcocks.
Shut up,
I just got it.
Shut up.
You two know, because you said to me...
No, shut
Johnny
up.
used to
I
go
told
out
you.
with your sister.
No, shut up. I told you. Shut up.
What with Backchat, The Royal Variety, and Live at the Apollo, Jack's a dab hand at this presenting lark. But while manning Nevermind the Buzzcocks in 2013, he was thrown a little off course with Razorlight's Johnny Borrell and his so-called Sistergate.
She said that you had said that you'd written a song about her. And then I worked out that the song had actually been written 2 years before you'd even met my sister. And I printed off the Wikipedia page and I presented it to my sister.
An apparently off-the-cuff exchange between a brother and the bloke who wooed his sister with a fake line about a song he wrote. The confusion on Borrell's face is almost as hilarious as Jack's relentless line of questioning.
And then you wooed her into a cab and you wooed her home, and I had to go home on my own and tell my parents what had happened, and it was quite awkward.
Number 1, Who's Chicken?
Is he dead? Yes. Yes, he is dead.
A show Jack created and co-wrote, Bad Education sees him play Alfie Wickers, a highly unorthodox high school history teacher. In this standout episode, Alfie's nemesis and Abbey Grove headmistress Miss Pickwell is seemingly no more, so he and the hapless headmaster interview for her replacement. But what sent Pickwell over the edge? An OTT Scottish accent and a perfectly played chicken prank.
An angry Scottish chicken!
There's no amount of eulogizing to right this wrong, but Alfie and his class give it a good crack anyway.
A fight in a pub, a cross-trainer milking a cow?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.